Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm EVM. This is the Nissan Ariya. Now, I owned, back when I started my EV journey, two Nissan Leafs, starting in 2015 with the 24 kilowatt hour and then the 30 after that. So I'm very familiar with Nissan, and for me they started it all, the electric car revolution, for the more budget end, shall we say. The Leaf literally stood for low emission, affordable family vehicle, so Leaf. It's still sold now as the Leaf. It's just very old, the technology is dated, the battery technology, the lack of cooling, all that sort of stuff. It's the same car essentially a decade on. It's a good price, so I'm not having a go at it, but finally we've got a new Nissan electric car, and it's taken them long enough. But it is quite an expensive one. This starts in the mid-40s, but it's a decent size. It's a big car, it's bigger than the Leaf. It's the equivalent to the Volkswagen ID4, just to put it into some context. And here she is. So let's see if it's a successor to the Leaf or just the next level up. I'm going to have to use the sunglasses, I'm sorry guys. I'm going to have to look super cool. This is the front end, and it's very, well, flat. It looks futuristic, I'll give it that. I do like the lights, I like the way that these come down here and the proper aero, you know, it's not just fake vents. Aggressive look at the front down here, the splitter. It's better than the Qashqai, which is the petrol kind of, not the version of this. This is a proper ground up EV, but I'm not sure. From some angles I think, yeah, I like this, and then others I think it looks almost like a concept car. I mean, this here, if you take your sunglasses off at least, there's a pattern behind it. So that, I do like the little touches, the big badge here. There's just very little detail, which in itself is a detail, I suppose, because you do have that minimalistic approach. I'm not a big fan of these sort of body-coloured trims around the wheel. It's just going to get scuffed, but that's just the detailer in me that's getting a bit obsessed. The charge port is on the side front as opposed to the front, like it was with the Leaf, which I think is a better position, because then you have that low speed shunt problem that's gone, and I think it's just a little bit easier to live with. We'll give you the specs of that later on. Moving back, again, nothing much to describe. You've got this kind of black bit at the bottom which tries to make it look more squat, more coupe-esque. This you can get in two-tone, so if you got this black, again it would have that swooping look but still have the interior space. And then again you got this just black gloss. I just think it's not gonna date very well. You know, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years time, this is going to be kind of grey, I think. It's a tall car. I mean, it's pretty much as tall as I am, and I know I'm not the tallest person in the world, but again, it makes you think it's a smaller car than it actually is. Maybe a lot of people are thinking it is a successor to the Leaf. It clearly isn't. It's one step up. And you know what? There's a few little details I quite like. The swoosh down here, the way the lights wrap around. You got the spoiler at the back. Again, it's very flat. There's not much other than the badge and the number plate. It's literally just a slab of plastic. And again, you got this black gloss bit going all the way around. It is growing on me the more I stare at it. But it is another SUV. And what does the world need more of? SUVs, we need more of these. Nice flat load bay, good start. You've got some space, but not a lot underneath. And you can take these out easy enough as well. Obviously, it goes all the way back, so you could fit more than just your cables there, but it's only about that deep, so it's not that practical. You've got a few bins at either side for, again, stuff. 466 litre boot. So if you're wanting to start aquarium fish in this, 466 litres, you can figure it out for yourself. But again, to put it into context with the ID4, that's got 560 odd litre, so it is smaller than its rivals, or at least some of them. And things like the Enyaq and the Kia EV6, the Ioniq 5, I'm not sure if it's in that kind of class, that competition. It'll do as a family though. I mean, let's face it, given what I grew up with and what most people of my age grew up with, this should be more than enough. So yeah, what do you think? Like this on your driveway? And here we are, the inside of the Ariya. Let me just turn it on so I can get that facing the right way. Of course, you have the massive display that every single car now comes with. It does have, I won't call it a virtual cockpit. It's giving you analog dials in a digital format, which I always think is a bit strange. Now, you can change a few things, give you some more details, but it's not quite at the virtual cockpit state, like, you know, your Audi, BMW style. This, big, nice and easy to see, and again the sun's not brilliant, but you can see the haptic feedback button, so if you want to turn that on you get that kind of little click back. I do like that, but as you can see from the camera here, you can't see them very well in certain sunlights, and of course you can't do it by feel. Back here we've got drive modes, so you've got sport, standard and eco, and again it's that haptic feedback. It feels quite weird. B for back, drive, reverse, all the usual sort of stuff, and you do have a B mode in here. There's no paddles. I prefer paddles for regen. And you've got, get that out of the way, a bit of closed storage for your cups, which again, this actually feels really good. And you know what, Harry, I don't think this is in the right place for me. I'm going to move it forward.
Wow.
Yeah, someone's
amazing.
actually put some thought into it, and it's really good. Now, I'm expecting this to be a huge storage bay. Oh, no. Now, you can put your phone there and charge it. So underneath here, you can put your phone there if you really want to. You've got both USB types, and well, that's it really. But there's no, I don't understand why there's no storage here. Why is this not really deep? But it does feel very high quality.
It does feel really nice, doesn't it?
It does. You know, it doesn't flop. It doesn't feel cheap.
To the extent of this.
Yeah. All this again, I have to say, I'm impressed. This finish here, it's like a wood effect, and with a haptic sort of built-in buttons. It's almost like a high-end stereo system. Apologies for the sun, but we can't help.
That's
this
nice.
Again, how's that?
Suede. Yeah, yeah.
Now I'm going to blow your mind now, because I know you're a big fan
of
glove boxes. But do that one first, and I've got a surprise for you. Let's look at this. Decent size.
Wow. Do you know what? It's deep.
Are you ready for this?
I don't
know if you should film this or your face.
Has it got two?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Go.
If I press this open button, yeah.
Whoa!
Oh,
you could just fill that full of mints.
You could put your laptop there apparently and other stuff. And look, you've got a bit of a tray.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then you press that button.
Wow.
That's ace.
Sold.
The rest of it, decent. You've got a volume control knob, so at least you can do that without taking your eyes off the road. And this does feel nice and high end as well. Of course, we're in a high spec car. It will all look like this. The buttons, kind of typical Nissan really okay, I would say.
I'm not a fan of the gloss black on the buttons.
No,
yeah,
exactly. That feels good. This, it's like a suede effect. That feels nice. This, not so much. And down here, I mean, decent door bins, hardware in plastic. So it's not all high end, but it's a really nice interior. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah,
and you've got a nice panoramic roof as well.
Which opens.
In this one, with sunroof. This has caught me by surprise. I didn't expect the interior to be this nice.
No, I didn't know. But given the price.
That's it. We'll come to the price in a second. I think, though, I just want to press that one more time.
Oh.
Now, that seat is ridiculously far back.
That's as far back as it goes.
So that's full recline almost.
Should we talk about the seats?
We'll do that afterwards and pretend that we've done it deliberately.
Okay.
So the rear, is it a 3-seater rear or more of a 2 adults and 1 child?
Ooh, 2 adults, 1 child. You're going to get 3 adults in the back for a small journey, but if these adults are large, it's not going to happen, is
Quite nice. What about the floor? Flat?
It's completely flat. Yeah.
Completely flat, which it should be. It's a ground-up EV, and you've got some USB ports on there.
We've got USB ports. We've got heated seats in the back, which I'm sure is an option. So the nice thing about this, they've not cheaped out on the back.
No.
The seats are just as nice. Almost got a touch of Genesis about the seats.
Ooh. Now, have you seen the massive rear quarters for when you're reversing?
Wow.
It's like looking out of a letterbox.
That's over 2 foot. That's over 2 foot.
It's huge, isn't it? So what do you think of the seats, Harry?
Well, I think they're really, really nice.
Now we've finally got to them. Yeah. I mean, again, these are standard, but comfortable.
Yeah. Leather, I'm not sure.
Slightly high end, I would say.
I would say, yeah.
Is this a high end interior? It's not far off.
Do you think the
that's
cream leather
nice.
brings it up?
It does, but I just think it works very nicely, and the build quality, it does feel like it's screwed together really nicely. So
I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, the one thing I would say after driving around in this for quite a while is it's very quiet.
It is very quiet.
I mean, for an EV, quiet. So again, it's that order of they've almost gone high end.
They have, yeah.
What have Nissan done? Have they produced a stunning car, a really good family vehicle that gives you a bit of
but just
yes.
They're trying to push the boundaries a little bit of what they're going for.
I actually like it.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
No.
I'll be honest.
I mean, it's not the quickest in the world, but they do varying power
There is
levels.
a faster version coming.
And they do have 2 battery sizes as well, a 63 and an
87.
87. I'm not reading it at all.
Not reading this from notes at all, no.
For me, the range, you're looking at about 260-ish, because obviously it will go up and down.
Yeah, that's not bad.
For the bigger battery version.
Yeah, that's all right.
And about 210, I'm going to say, in the real world for the smaller battery version.
And 200-mile range, perfectly acceptable.
And when you go around a corner or a roundabout,
it goes round the roundabout.
It's not the best at handling, but it's far from the worst.
Yeah,
it's a family car.
It is.
So I have
really
no
like
problems. Should we talk about the Achilles heel? This is what, for me, slightly ruins it.
What's that?
The price.
It is expensive, isn't it?
It starts, base model, lower battery version, 2-wheel drive, because they do a 4-wheel drive as well. 45, just under anyway, £45,000.
That with no options.
Yes, I'm not saying it's not worth 45. This interior is beautiful. Yeah. I do like the car, and the battery size is decent. But look at the competition.
Yeah.
EV6 territory, Ioniq 5 territory.
It's a different.
It's £2,000 off a Genesis GV60. You've got what, Ford Mustang Mach-E, ID4, probably even ID5 maybe.
Do you know, from 2 or 3 years ago, when there was no competition, to now when you look, and there is so much.
And it's all in that 40-odd grand bracket.
Seems to be where everyone's heading at the moment.
Especially when you look at MG ZS's, 31 grand
That's
for a bigger battery version, or a Kia e-Niro for
Fantastic
what would be
car.
I think let's go for the mid-range one at about 36, 37 grand.
Yeah, you got a lot of options and toys.
It's like £8,000 cheaper.
I'd get the e-Niro.
This is bigger.
Yeah,
just not much.
And the interiors.
The interior is nicer. I'll give it that.
The e-Niro's probably quicker.
Yeah, I think it depends on the version, but yeah. In fact, if you go for the base, it's about 10 grand.
So the
cheaper.
argument for this just becomes less and less.
Yeah, I can't find anything wrong with the car beyond a few minor
Other than
things.
its competition.
The competition, again, is the biggest problem. If someone says to you, do you want this or a Polestar 2?
Polestar 2.
In the bigger battery version, what does this start at, bigger battery version?
The bigger battery version is price-wise, it is 50 grand.
50 grand?
Yeah.
Is this a 50 grand car?
No. Well, I don't know. The interior feels like it.
It's not far off, but
I guess it's just
a Nissan. It's a fantastic car.
I
would go for the others.
Something else,
yeah, and it's always down to that, the competition. What does it charge at? Because we haven't forgot to mention that at all.
It will charge. CCS will do a 130 maximum, I presume.
Okay.
And 22 on AC.
That's enough.
But it's not anywhere near.
Compared to the Ioniq 5 EV6s that go up to near 300. Again.
On the back foot.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice. It's lovely. I like this. The fact it goes backwards and forwards. That draw.
Yeah, amazing. But still,
I would have it if someone gave me one. I just won't use my own money to get it. But if you want to buy one of these, I think you'd be more than happy.
I don't think
with
you're going to be disappointed, are you?
Just don't look at the other cars.
Yeah.
I've had a real beef with Nissan for years, as anyone that watches the channel will know. Someone from Nissan dealer literally peed on my car on camera.
Yep.
And we'll skip all that. But essentially, I like Nissan again in EV world. The Leaf for me, just get rid of it. It's gone.
It's too old. It's old. Stop dragging it out. It's inevitable. It's going to disappear.
It can tow as well, can this?
It can.
4-wheel drive version.
1.5
1,500. 1,500 kilograms, 750 in the 2-wheel drive version.
Which is a decent amount.
I would personally though go for the cheaper end of this. I think you get better value.
Again, it's one of them, isn't it? We come across this time and time again where there is just go for the cheaper one.
This is not a 50-odd £1,000 car.
No, not by any stretch.
It's not, is it?
No.
But then again, some of the other cars that are 50-odd grand, you could argue that aren't either.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one, but what do you say? Would you? I
like it. I'm pleasantly surprised. Just for the reasons we've talked about, I would buy something else.
Yeah, and I think that again sums it up really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit of badge snobbery, is essentially what we're saying, isn't it, I suppose?
You spent how much on Nissan? And it's not a GTR?
But then there's other things, isn't there? The 800-volt systems and the others that we've mentioned, the faster charging, They
seem to be playing catch-up for me when they were groundbreaking all that time ago.
They've led and now they're backwards a little bit. But this has caught up a lot because futuristic looks tend not to date very well. But then the Ioniq 5, that seems to have worked. So
I don't know.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
split the audience probably. I don't think it's.
Let us know.
The design's not. I don't know. Yeah, it's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? I think,
It is, I guess.
It's,
Yeah. But I'm impressed with this.
yeah, I am. Yeah.
You'd probably have to spend a bit of money to get this interior, but I am impressed with it. So, well done, Nissan. Just pretend you've not seen the competition.
Yeah, don't watch any of the other review videos.
Did you know that for 99p, which has booked the trend for inflation, you can join and become a member of the channel and get these videos early
99p.
and occasional members-only videos.
Inflation busting.
Inflation busting, that's what I should have used. Like, subscribe, all the usual rubbish. Thanks for watching, and yeah,
See you soon.
well done, Nissan.
Yeah, well done.
Bye.
Cheers, bye.